When you are strong, try to appear weak, and when you are weak, make sure to appear strong. This is a strategy for creating confusion and uncertainty in your enemy. If you understand both your opponent and yourself, you won't have to fear the outcome of any battle, no matter how many you face. Keep your plans secret and difficult to understand, like the dark of night, and when it's time to act, strike swiftly like a thunderbolt. In moments of chaos, look for opportunities. The best warriors win their battles before they even step onto the battlefield. They plan ahead, and only then do they go to war. On the other hand, warriors who are defeated usually rush into battle first and only think about winning once they are already engaged. To truly understand your enemy, you must think and act like your enemy. This means learning their ways, their weaknesses, and their strategies. History shows that no nation benefits from prolonged warfare. Long wars drain resources, damage economies, and break down societies. You should treat your soldiers like beloved sons, with care and respect. If you do this, they will follow you through the most dangerous situations. Even the best sword will eventually rust if it is left in salt water. This is a reminder that even the strongest forces need to be maintained and cared for. When it comes to moving quickly, do so like the wind. Be as close-knit as the branches of a tree and attack like the fire. But also know when to remain still, because when opportunities come, you must seize them. Sometimes, it's about waiting for the right moment, just like with music. There are only 5 musical notes, but the combinations of these notes create endless melodies. Similarly, the right moves in battle come from using limited resources in creative ways. When your enemy is relaxed and not expecting anything, make them work. When they are full, deny them food. When they are comfortable and settled, make them move. The key to victory is understanding that you must always keep your enemy on edge, never allowing them to rest. Anyone who is going to fight must first consider the costs. War is not free. It takes time, energy, and resources. And sometimes you don't need to fight at all. If you wait long enough by the river, the bodies of your enemies will float by, meaning you can win without doing anything. This idea highlights that time and patience can work in your favor if you allow events to unfold naturally. To truly succeed in battle, it's important to understand yourself first. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses allows you to plan accordingly. If you understand who you are, you can win every battle you face. However, simply winning 100 battles does not make you a master. The greatest skill is not having to fight at all. The true art of war is to defeat your enemy without ever needing to engage in battle. It is like building a golden bridge for your opponent to retreat across, allowing them to leave without harm. It's important to be unpredictable. Be so subtle and mysterious that your enemy cannot understand what you are truly trying to do. The key to success is to confuse the enemy so much that they cannot figure out your real intentions. The ancient warriors called this clever fighting, those who excel not just at winning, but at winning effortlessly. To know your opponent is to understand their actions and inactions. By rousing them, you can learn the principles behind what they do or what they avoid doing. This will reveal their weaknesses, and with this knowledge, you can exploit those vulnerabilities. Believing in yourself is crucial. Your mind is the key to enduring even the toughest challenges. If your mind is willing, your body can keep going for much longer than you might expect. This shows the power of determination and mental strength. An expert in battle knows how to control the enemy's movements while keeping their own actions calm and steady. They are not easily influenced by what the enemy does. They remain in control of the situation. In warfare, offense and defense are closely linked. Attack is the secret to defense, and defense is about planning the next attack. Great results can come from even small forces, as long as the strategy is sound. Sometimes, it's not about how many soldiers you have, but how wisely you use the resources you have. Before making a move, it's essential to think carefully and plan. Rushing into action without considering all the possibilities is dangerous. Deliberation and foresight are crucial to success. This is the key to being successful in any situation, not just in battle, but in life. In summary, the core ideas of these strategies are about balance and foresight. You must be adaptable, know when to act and when to wait, and most importantly, understand both yourself and your enemy. If you approach every challenge with careful thought, subtlety, and a strategic mindset, victory will often come with ease, without needing to fight at all. Life is about being quick. If you're fast, you survive. If you're slow, you lose. The moment you are not quick enough, you risk everything. It's as if you're walking toward death. True excellence is not about winning every single battle. It's about defeating the enemy without even having to fight them in the first place. The greatest victory lies in making sure there is no battle to fight at all. This is something many fail to understand. The best strategy is often to avoid conflict and outsmart the opposition. However, if you ignore both your enemy and yourself, you are setting yourself up for danger. Never make the mistake of underestimating either side in a conflict. It's essential to understand your enemy's strengths, weaknesses, and strategies, but also to stay true to your own abilities. Failing to recognize these factors can lead to ruin. One of the most important lessons in warfare, or in life, is to move only when there is an advantage. Don't take unnecessary risks, and don't make a move unless it provides you with something valuable. Similarly, never waste your resources unless there's something to gain. A good leader knows when to hold back and when to act, always ensuring that every action is meaningful and purposeful. There's also a crucial point in warfare and in leadership that's often overlooked. Never engage in a fight unless it's absolutely necessary. If you find yourself in a situation where the outcome is uncertain or the stakes are low, it's better to avoid the conflict altogether. Only take part in battles where the position is critical. This way, you're always fighting with purpose. The wheels of justice may move slowly, but they are always precise and fair. It can be frustrating to wait for justice to be served, but rest assured that in the end, it will be. Just like a carefully sharpened blade, it cuts through time and adversity to bring about what is deserved. While it's easy to love your friends, sometimes the hardest lesson is to love your enemy. It may seem strange, but understanding and even respecting your enemy can bring you more strength than simply hating them. It can give you insight into their mind, which can help you make better decisions in future conflicts. When an enemy's forces are united, the best strategy is to divide them. A divided enemy is a weaker one. This has been a proven tactic throughout history. When you disrupt an enemy's unity, their power is diluted and they become more vulnerable. Always be cautious of those who have nothing to lose. A person who has no stakes in a situation is dangerous. They have nothing to protect, and that makes them unpredictable. They can act without fear of consequences, which can make them especially dangerous in conflict. In life, just like in war, it's important to plan ahead. Think about the difficult tasks while they are still easy to manage. Don't wait until problems become too large to handle before you start thinking about solutions. Likewise, act when the task is still small. Taking care of things early on prevents them from growing into bigger issues. When an enemy sends reinforcements in all directions, it's a sign of weakness. The enemy is spreading their forces thin, making them vulnerable in each location. A good leader will take advantage of this and strike at the most opportune moment when the enemy is weak. The key to success is to be where your enemy is not. If you know where the enemy is positioned, make sure you aren't there. Instead, find a place they have overlooked. This gives you an advantage and puts the enemy on the defensive. Always be one step ahead. An enemy is like a friend who knows too much about you. It's important to keep your enemies close, but also be aware of their intentions. Sometimes the person who knows you the best is the one who can harm you the most. Keep your guard up, even around those you trust. Every situation comes with its complexities. Just as order can give rise to disorder, Courage can lead to fear, and strength can bring about weakness. It's important to recognize that these opposites often come together. What seems like an advantage today may turn into a disadvantage tomorrow. Life, and especially war, is filled with these unpredictable twists. If your friend is close to your enemy, it may be time to reconsider your relationship with that friend. Loyalty is important, and it's essential to recognize when someone close to you is working with those who want to see you fail. Trust must be earned, not assumed. There's a saying, beware of sugar mixed with poison. It means that sometimes something that seems sweet or good can have hidden dangers. Not everything that seems pleasant or harmless is actually safe. There are many examples in life where appearances deceive us. Always question the intentions behind what you see and understand the risks. Similarly, beware of the fly that sits on a dead snake. In life, there are those who are attracted to danger and chaos. They may appear harmless or insignificant, but they are drawn to situations that are destructive. It's essential to recognize these individuals and keep your distance from them. One thing that many people fail to understand is the true cost of war. Those who have never been in conflict cannot truly appreciate the value of peace. War is not just a physical battle, it's also a mental and emotional struggle. The scars of war go beyond the battlefield, affecting everyone involved. As a result, it's essential to consider the consequences of conflict before rushing into it. In war, as in life, things are constantly changing. Just as water does not hold a fixed shape, the conditions of battle are never constant. What works in one situation may not work in another. Flexibility is key. Adapt to the situation you face and always be ready to change your approach if necessary. If you treat your soldiers as your own children, they will follow you without hesitation. Leadership is not about control. It's about inspiration. If you show kindness, compassion, and respect to your followers, they will follow you through difficult times. They will stand by you in the toughest of battles. A good leader doesn't command from a distance. They lead by example. Actions speak louder than words. When you show strength, determination, and courage, your followers will mirror those qualities. Lead with integrity and character, and others will respect you. A true leader knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. The key to success is understanding your position and knowing how to use your resources wisely. Sometimes you may have the advantage, and at other times you may be at a disadvantage. Regardless, your ability to make decisions in any situation will determine the outcome. In war, the highest achievement is to conceal your tactical plans. The element of surprise can be more powerful than any direct confrontation. If the enemy doesn't know what you're planning, they can't prepare for it. Concealing your moves and strategies makes you unpredictable, which is an invaluable advantage. Strategy and tactics are two sides of the same coin. One cannot exist without the other. A plan without tactics is like a map without a route. It's useless. Similarly, tactics without strategy will only lead to chaos and failure. The combination of both is what leads to victory. Sometimes you don't need to destroy your enemy outright. Instead, you can destroy their will to fight. This is often the most effective way to win. If you can break their spirit and resolve, they will lose the will to continue the battle. Sometimes, victory doesn't come through destruction, but through the ability to outlast your opponent. Finally, never trust a friend who is silent about your flaws. A true friend will be honest with you, even when it's difficult. If someone is unwilling to speak the truth, they may not have your best interests at heart. Always seek out those who will be truthful with you, even when it's uncomfortable.